Welcome back to Gamer-0. I'm your host T-Heel. So this is my Sunday special episode. I'm going to do these every Sunday, or try to do them every Sunday, along with, my regular content, my weekly stuff. You'll probably see this Monday-ish, depending on how long it takes to edit and get it up there. But what these episodes are going to be about is just, I used to do them before as like a daily or every other day thing, and one of the things you guys might know me for is pulling apart journalists' work. And one of the things I want to do is, on Sundays, focus on journalist work and tear apart the arguments, because it's not that these guys are bad people. It's just the quality of work and the level of professionalism some of these journalists have is just, I gotta call them out and say it's just bad. It's doing a bad job. So my gripe today is for invisible walls over on game trailers. And I question whether they actually play the game, they do the research on their games, and it's two individuals in particular. It's Patrick and Marcus. Go check out the recent invisible walls, and I just want to comment and pull out some fallacies and some stuff that is not quite legitimate for their DC Universe Online. And some of you guys might say, oh, you're just defending DC Universe Online, but I've been playing it. I played a lot in the beta. I did a lot of research on the game. I follow up on the news. So, and I'm just a lightweight journalist. I just, I follow up a lot of stuff, but my name is nowhere near as big as these guys. So I would expect a lot more out of a big named journalist in the industry. First things, I got to call BS. On the day one 8 gig patch, got the game day one, right after work, popped it in. No 8 gig patch, so you guys are confused. I'm thinking you guys think that was your install, because I had no 8 gig patch, since then. So, and this is not just me, this is my 9th gen also hopped on it, no 8 gig patch. So I don't know where you guys are getting this, whether you guys are confused between your 8 gig patch and your install, but that never happened, so you guys are making that ish up. So that's number one. Next thing is, you guys go on to say that you can't play as Superman, Batman, Flash, and all those. Again, do your research, because as you get further in the game, you unlock Legends battles. And you can play as Batman, Robin, Superman, all that stuff. But what you have to do is, the first one you unlock is to play as Robin, and then you got to get certain points, and then you can purchase the characters at the Watchtower. But do your research. Come on now, man. It's just, they've shown this stuff in videos tons of times. I just cannot believe that you guys would go out and make a comment like that and think no one's going to fact check you. Because I am. I watch your guys' show. I watch tons of stuff, whether I agree with the statements or not, but I'm going to fact check you and put it out there. So, next thing you guys have, you guys go on to say that, you really can't control whether you're going to be like the tank, the healer. And again, I got to fact check you, because you guys just didn't do your research, and I have to question whether you even played the game. Because your mentor type, the power type you pick, all is determining whether you are a tank, or a healer, or or a commanding type, and it's all based in that. And it even leads up, the types that you pick will determine what kind of iconic armor you get, which is also, you get 2 different sets per type of character you pick. Meta type, you get 2 different kinds. Tech type, you get 2 different kinds, and well, each one of them gets 3. 2 for PvE and 1 for PvP. This is stuff that you guys should know. I mean, if you call yourself journalist, you should do this kind of research. So let's go on. So, you guys made a comment that there's not really an incentive or a social structure there, to any kind of incentive to play with other people. There's no kind of features like that. And again, I'm going to have to call you out. Did you guys play the beta? Have you done any research? Have you watched any one of the numerous videos that the developers SOE has put out there? There's alerts where you can go out and get at, like, it's a whole mission where you play with just random people or friends, and you can just go after a boss. You can build communications and friendships with these players while you're doing it. Then there's the whole, you know, if you're on a PvE server, you can at any one point in time toggle off to PvP and go at it there. There's a PvP server, so that way you can just fight random. You come across a villain or a hero, you can go at it. Also, when you're just playing the missions, you can partner up with 3 of your buddies, or you know, you can just play with. There's anywhere in the world, there's tons of people playing. So I don't get this whole there's no incentive to play with anyone. I'm just gonna have to call you out. I have a laundry list of things that just in your little argument or your little spill on DC Universe, I can see that you guys didn't play it. You didn't play it and you're just talking out of your arse. So what else do we got up here? Oh, you said there's no real reason. No, you can't distinguish what the point of even upgrading an armor is, and you say for newcomers, it's pretty simple. And I'm not the smartest individual on the planet, by no means. But when you go to the vendor and you pick up an item, if it is red, that usually is not a good sign for that stat. If it says attack or strength or defense and it's in red, it's usually not a good thing. Probably it's not incentive to buy it. If it's green, because usually, you know, like red light, green light, I'm not the smartest individual, but I'm going to say, do you do your research? Do you actually play the game before you just... So, keep going on. You guys said that it just really is starting off slow, and, you know, it's just like not really there. But every single time I get on, there are players everywhere. You can't go to any one of the places. It's to a point where, you know, for every one enemy, you know, at the beginning piece and for, you know, farther into the game, because my character is level 24. You know, hit me up. It's Arctic, not with a C. It's ARTIC space star. If you want to play with me on DC Universe Online. But everywhere you go, there's people playing. You're in the safe houses, there's people playing. You're in the watchtower, there's people playing. There's people everywhere. So I don't get this. It's, you guys say that it's slow start, but did you play it? Because it doesn't sound like you did. And then the last thing I have to just, you know, knock you guys out the park. You go on to say you would like to see the combat system really implemented into the game in a meaningful way, because you want to see like stealth missions. Other than, you know, like the detective types like Superman, sorry, not Superman, but Batman and those type of archetypes, who else uses stealth? Most of, you know, part of being a superhero, and for at least an action-oriented superhero comic books, there's a lot of combat. Gee, who'd have thunk it? Because it really, you know, shows off the artist's skill sets. So the whole, you know, not being able to do stealth missions, I'm sure that will come. But, you know, it's just, the whole thing is that for what an outing, it is very, 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 very strong. There's tons of stuff to do. I'm 24 levels in, 24 levels in, and I still have tons of alerts to do, tons of wanted missions, which is, you know, you can go out there, do a wanted, and there's going to be other people already out there trying to take this boss down. You can do alerts where you can team up with tons of different people and play different roles, whether tank, defense, whatever, and you complete certain objectives, work your way through the different objectives until you get to the final boss. There's mid-level bosses in that alert, and those alerts usually can range, depending on how powerful your characters are, between 45 minutes to longer, depending on how strong the enemies are and how long the alert is. There's just so much to do, and I have to go back to, do these journalists do their job? Patrick and Marcus, did you play the game? Because it doesn't sound like you did. And I have to put that out there. I have to, you know, tear that down. So that's what I've got. This is a small episode. I just want to do, you know, a Sunday special and spit some real stuff and challenge these game journalists, because it's not that you guys are bad people, and I don't want anyone to send these guys, Patrick and Marcus, any hate mail, because they're not bad people. A lot of times I hear them say good stuff on their shows, on Invisible Walls, but then there's times where it's like, bro, I got to challenge you, got to call you out, because that's not the case. Did you do your work? So that's all I've got for the DC Universe. Oh, one last thing. For all of you guys who are getting into DC Universe Online, or are on the fence about it, your $15 subscription fee, or if you do a lifetime subscription if you are on the PC, and I know they are working on fixing that, so that way the PS3 will also get a lifetime subscription. Every single month you're going to get new content, whether it be new powers, new characters, new, and I'm sure we'll have a combination of all this stuff, new alerts, new wanted missions, new PvP battles. I mean, there's just, what is it, 75 years of DC Universe that they have to draw from, characters, tons of stuff. I can see this lasting 10, 15 years. You know, I'm totally excited with so much to come. You know, Green Lantern type characters to mentor under, electric characters to mentor from, and you know, I was just watching the This Week in Gaming on HipHopGamershow.com. Go check it out. And you know, there is that whole part where they say, you know, atomic characters as well. But there's so much to come, and I really just put that BS stuff aside. Play the game. If you have a friend who has it, ask them for the buddy card so that way you can hop on. All right. Other thing that I've got before I wrap this up is I found a new song for an intro, and it is from Bleach. I really love the song. It is their opening 3, I believe, 2 or 3 of the season. I always loved it, so I'm thinking about putting it up there. I looked on YouTube. There shouldn't be any qualms. Well, no, and I'm sure they will have a lot less trouble since it's a lot more trouble considering it's in Japanese. So it's a really cool song. I hope you guys enjoy it once I get it up and edited into my intro. You know, I'm gonna save all my shout outs and stuff like that and all the other things, comments and everything for, you know, the regular episodes, but this is just me giving my spill out. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Gamer-0. I'm your host, T Heel. I'm out. Peace.